Hey y'all, how's everybody doing? My two little people in in the chat, Chicky D and CC. I'm glad to see you guys. Look, I'm not gonna hold you long on this Saturday evening or afternoon. I'm doing a little cooking, so I say, you know what? I want to go on YouTube and say hello to some of my friends, um, and some of my supporters that come through and just to say hello, see how everybody is doing today. Like I said, this is just the last minute thing I was talking about because I see a lot of stuff that's happening on YouTube today. Um, and really, the title of it is: Do people want a resolution, or do people want to keep the BS going? I see a lot of that in this sector and all the other sectors, even in your families. Hey, Meek Meek. Even in your families, you have some things, you have conflict. And basically, conflict is basically a disagreement that you may have with someone else or it could be a number of people that you, hey, naturally too, you can actually have a conflict with. It's not just one person. Like I said, we have them with people in our family. We have conflict problems, and this is just conflict is basically a disagreement that both parties have with each other, or it could be a group of people. But hey, Melly, hey, realist. Anyway, realist, you coming here with the face. Hey, Melly. A lot of us, we go through conflict on our jobs, at our school. If we're, in college, maybe it's another student we get into it with, or we have to do an assignment with some other student, and we have conflicts there. Um, and you can have different types of conflict with different types of people. You can have it on, at your job, people that you don't want to work with, you don't like working with. You can have it, like I said, families, with your cousins, your sisters, or your brothers, auntie, uncle, mom, dad. Conflict is everywhere you go. Conflict is even on YouTube, and it's more on YouTube because in social media, people can actually hide behind their computer and their phone and be any person they want to be. Hey, Thug Life. Hey, Uncle L. They can be anybody they want to be, and so you know. I would just give an example, of some conflict that I saw today that was really interesting. Some of y'all probably know what I'm where I'm going with, but shout out to the meal ticket. He had a very great live. Shout out to self awareness. Um, I really like those brothers, Mr. Fair Use and who was a real cornbread. They are some brothers. They really try to support each other in the sector, and shout out to them. But I would say in life, we're gonna have some conflict with people. Why? Because conflict is really inevitable. We're dealing with, hey, young Riaz, we're dealing with all types of people with different family backgrounds, different personalities, and people's upbringing it plays a big role in how they act a lot of times. And so when people's upbringing kind of, I would say, shape them into who they are, and then how they deal with other people says a lot about them. When how you deal with other people and I would say dealing with conflict, dealing with situations, that's how you're going to deal with a lot of situations. You usually deal with situations the same way, romantically, platonically, business wise. We deal with stuff pretty much how we are shaped, in our mindsets. And like I said, it comes from our upbringing. And whoever told us when we was coming up what conflict resolution was? Like, who? Hey, Dubs, how are you, sweetie? To answer your question, no, they don't want a resolution. They want cash apps and super chats. They don't want no real smoke. Okay, Dubs. Hey, I mean, I'm gonna have to agree with some of that on what you're saying, because I'm starting to feel like that too. I don't really think people want a resolution. I think people want to talk a lot of shit. I think people want to make themselves look more than what they are. I think people really don't care about relationships. I feel like not all, but I'm gonna say majority. I think it is about, money. I think it's about attention, what you get, how, the attention you get from going back and forth with people. People don't really value sometimes people as humans. They want you to value their opinion. They want you to value who they are. But when it comes to people, and especially people they don't like, they don't care how they're dealing with how they treat you, right? So, like, say for instance, it could be somebody that I don't like, but if I see something that has been done wrong to them, and it's genuinely something was did wrong to them, I cannot say for me, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna be so happy, that happened to them. I'm gonna be like, I don't like this person, but what happened to them was wrong, right? I can kind of, I would say, um, really analyze the situation and be like, regardless of my feelings on somebody, that doesn't take away what is right and what is wrong, right? Most people can't do that. And then, like I was saying, when we were young, most of our parents or grandparents, whoever we stayed with, nobody told us what conflict resolution was. Like, basically, conflict resolution is you're having a conflict with someone, which is a disagreement, and both parties, y'all have a disagreement, and both of you decide, hey, instead of us going back and forth, let's find a solution to whatever the problem was initially. I'm going to give you an example personally. I'm not going to go into the details on the situation that happened, but this is in story time. But I had a situation last night. I went to one of my first cousins' weddings anniversaries last night, and everybody was having a good time. Well, I've always been the cousin where I was like the baby. I'm like I think I'm the number 67 of my first cousins. So, no, I'm 66. So there's a cousin that's behind me that's the baby, but I used to be the baby. Everybody babied me. Because like I said, I have cousins old enough to be my mom. So I was like, I think 67th cousin, I believe that's right. Yeah, and I have a cousin behind me. And so I came up as the baby. So everybody wanted to pick on me, right? It was every little thing. And I have a cousin that I'm really close to, but we always used to kind of argue. And her sister always confirmed that. She said even when y'all were little, y'all used to argue. She's before me. So I think she's like, what, 65. Yeah. So me and her would go back, argue back and forth about Barbie dolls and all this kind of crazy stuff. That's what girls do, right? So yesterday she kept bringing up a situation and kept bringing it up, and I'm like, every time and it was something that she was telling me to do, and I hadn't did it yet, but I had started thinking about getting it done, and she was telling me what to do about it, and I was just like, I kind of went off and I started talking about, uh, something, how she looked. Hey, Rich, how are you, sweetie? I'm glad to see you. And I was and then it kind of went left a little bit, and then she was like, Selena, I know you not tripping like that. And I was like, well, I'm tired of you talking about the same situation. I already told you. I said, well, and she said, no, you never did. I said, well, you could tell I didn't like it. So why didn't you just stop? But she said, I can't, basically, she can't read my mind. She said, why you just didn't, hey, TSM, how are you, sweetie? She said, why you just didn't tell me that you did not like this. I said, well, I thought from my reactions in the past that you would get the point to be like, okay, let me stop messing with her about this. So finally, when I kind of went off just a tad bit, she was like, no, we need to talk about this because me and you are better than this. She said, I could see if it was a cousin I wasn't close with, I didn't care nothing about like that. But she said, me and you are better than this. And when she told me that, she said, let's have a conversation. Now, if you didn't like what I said, all you had to do was tell me that like a long time ago. You said you don't just let stuff build up and then when you mad, then you really let it come out. And you know what? I thought about it and she's like, give me a hug. And I'm like, I don't want to hug you right now. She said, see, you can't just let it go. She said, you can't just let it go. And I know you feeling a certain kind of way. Look, we are better than this. We have a relationship. We have a rapport with each other. So let's see how we can resolve this, because I did not know that what I said was irritating or hurt you that way. So let's see what can I do? You said you want me to stop saying it. Fine. I will stop saying what I said to piss you off. I won't say anything about it anymore. And when she said that, and we talked about it at the party, it really just signified to me that when you have relationship with people, even if you are not in like a relationship, like as far as me and my cousin having a close family ties together, if it's somebody that you had once a friendship with, or even not just a friendship, or maybe y'all had an association with each other, or y'all work with each other, or y'all were once cool, and you can't, as adults, come together and be like, is it worth, can we have a resolution to this situation? Do we have to get mad at each other, cuss each other out, say F you for life? Can we actually have a conversation and resolve this if it's worth it? Now I'm not talking about somebody you really don't know, but even with the people you don't know, even like I said, you got to work with people at your job that you don't know personally. You just, hey, I love you, Alta. You just know them from working with them, or even just people that you may see online that you was once cool with, and then something happens and y'all not longer cool with it. Is it worth having a conversation? Is it worth having a resolution to whatever the situation is? Because it could be it could be a small misunderstanding, right? Or it could be maybe a person is going through something, and in that, what you said or did, maybe, I would say, trigger that person, right? Hey, Gary, maybe trigger the person to maybe their reaction. Because see, I was already feeling a certain kind of way prior to, even though I was in a good mood for the most part. But I think that whatever I was going through, and then when what my cousin said, it triggered me. And then I thought about all the other times she said it, and it pissed me off. See, if I was mature, I would have said a long time ago, hey, stop saying it. I don't like that. And that could have been resolved then, because my cousin is a decent person. She's not a person that will just be malicious or continually try to, I would say, irritate somebody, right? So she would be like, okay, I got it. I see. That's all you had to say. Hey, MG. So sometimes when you do have decent people that will actually have a conversation, then you can resolve it. Hey Shay, what you have to watch out is for the fools. And what I mean by fools, I'm talking about people that have no regard for anybody. They don't care how you feel. They don't care about no resolution. They just want to pop off at the mouth. They want to call you all types of names. They want to dismiss you or either insult you because that's what they do. Those type of people you can't have a conflict resolution with, right? And basically, like I said before, basically a conflict resolution is having um a, a, a conflict with someone, a disagreement with someone, but when you're trying to get a resolution, you're trying to end the disagreement. Hey Larry, you're trying to end the disagreement to come to, I would say, a kumbaya kind of thing. And as we become as an adult, we have to get mature enough, and this goes for me too, to where we can have disagreements with somebody, especially if we feel like they're cool and it's somebody we feel that it's worth it, not to just go off at the go off to the point to where we lose control of ourselves, and the whole situation gets out of hand because of what we're saying. And see, the conflict, and that shows that I had a little immaturity in that situation, because had I really been mature in the situation, like I said, I would have told her a long time ago, I do not like this. Please do not keep saying this. I know you might think it's funny, but this is a touchy subject for me. So don't say that. Hey, John. Hey, Matrice. How are you, sweetie? Don't do that. So that just goes to show you my lack of maturity right there. So she taught me, just in that little second or those minutes that we were having that disagreement, she taught me a valuable lesson. First of all, check yourself. Check your emotions. Check what you're going through at the time. See where you are. Number two, always, always address something when it first happens if it's something that offends you. Don't let stuff pile on you, and then when it piles on you, then you want to pop off. That was another thing I learned in that. And number three, is it always worth getting into it with somebody? You know what I'm saying? So those are the things that I learned. You have to really and sometimes I should have knew better. My cousin, even though me and her used to, like I said, she's number 65, I'm 66. She never was really just real, really mean to me as a kid. We pretty much got along. The only thing we fought about is Barbie dolls. That was it. Then we got older, we still was cool. We didn't have a back and forth like that. So I should have known that she really wasn't trying to be malicious. But because of what I was going through, and then thinking about the times that she did mess with me and I didn't like it, I let that build up to the situation that it was. And had my cousin not been mature, or had my cousin not had love for me, and because she said we are better than that, she said, you're not just some cousin I don't fool with or that I don't like. We have a connection with each other. We're better than that. We can have a conversation, we can have a disagreement and be good. That taught me, like, hey, this not somebody that's just I don't like, or somebody I don't know. This is actually my blood that I get along with. Hey, Worldwide, I'm so glad you came through. This is my blood. And even though blood is not always family, this one is. This one is. So it had me to think about, you know what? You right. I'm wrong. I should have told you how I felt a long time ago. And also, check myself too, because I was feeling a certain kind of way. Hey, godson, I'm glad you came through, sweetie. I had to check myself. Hey, Harley, my girl Harley. I had to check myself because I was like, oh my God. And then I asked her sister, because her sister was right there. Her sister was like, I ain't getting in this shit. But I was like, no. I said, did you see? What did you think? And my my cousin told me, look, both of y'all a mess, right? So she said, look, my sister can say stuff that is a little off. You know what I'm saying? She can go real left, and how she say stuff is not always right. Right? She said, well, Selena, you you got a temper, and you do pop off. So both of y'all I can see, and you should know Simone enough to know. Oh, I'm sorry, I said my cousin. You should know her enough to know that she's not malicious, right? She's not trying to do anything to hurt you. We've always played with you about certain things, you know. And I thought about that. I said, you know what? You're right. You gotta see, I would say, the person you talking to. Now, like I said, if it's a fool, look, go to Foolsville. I ain't fooling with you. I ain't got energy for you because you ain't trying to have a resolution. You just want this argument because you get a thrill from it. You get something from it. You get my attention. You get some of my power. You get something from the interaction with us going back and forth. But if it's somebody that you actually like really fool with, hey, Captain Wolf, like, why can't y'all have a resolution? And sometimes when you do get resolutions with people, I know with my cousin, me and her good. We got the resolution down. We good. But some people you can have a resolution with, but it ain't really resolved. So it's like, so we didn't have a resolution. We said we did, but we really didn't. So those are the type of people you kind of just let them at bay, because you can't read people's minds unless they tell you what they're feeling or how they're processing whatever happened, right? So I'm going to share with you some videos, but I don't know if anybody would like to. I'm going to put the link in the chat. I don't know if anybody has had some resolution things, that I would say having to have a revolution or a resolution with someone, rather, and how you dealt with that. Like Meek, I know you got some stories. Melly, you probably got some too. Harley, you don't want to come up here, Harley? Come up here, girl. Me and you both country, girl. Come on up here. Yeah, so I want to know what y'all think about the story that I said. John, I don't know if you busy, but I don't know if you want to come up, but you're more than welcome to come up. Gary, you be talking a lot of knowledge in here. Don't let the pressure build up. If you do, you will burst at the opportune time. You ain't lying. And that's kind of what I was experiencing yesterday. I was just like, oh my God. I didn't really realize how much that got on my nerves, that she kept messing with me about a particular thing. I really didn't realize that until it happened. And then I was like, wow. Young Riaz says, I learned to forgive and let go quickly. I have not got to that art yet. I am so trying, Young Riaz. I really hope that I can get there. I really do. I really do. What you talking about next time? My boy's gonna be at. Oh Lord, look at you trying to find an excuse, Harley. I'm gonna get you, Harley. I'm gonna get you, Harley. You know you can come up. I ain't worried about them boys. Tell them boys be quiet. That's my girl, Harley. Meek, you want to come up? Selena, I will come for you. Okay, Young Riz. I'm gonna share with you this video. Hopefully this won't bore you too much. Worldwide, I ain't never seen you get on a panel before. Have you ever got on a panel? I'm in the link. Oh, I'll hit the link in a minute. Okay. I want to share with you this video. I don't want to bore y'all too much because I know okay. I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna let y'all up, but I'm gonna share this with you guys. So hold on just a minute, y'all. Riz, put you on put on mute, sweetie. I know you're excited. Let's see. I'm gonna share this with y'all, and I want y'all to see what y'all think about this. Have y'all ever heard of Jordan Peterson? I listen to a lot of his podcasts that he has on YouTube. Hey, Alif CJ, how you, sweetie? Good to see you. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. I would truly appreciate that. And I think Jordan Peterson has his doctorate's degree. I don't know in what. I have to go back and get that information.
I do feel the pain of other people quite deeply, but that also makes it very hard for me to fight, even though I'll fight when I know the consequences of not fighting is more fighting. I like peace. I mean, part of the reason I engage in conflict is because it's paradoxical in some sense. I really want peace. And so if I have a problem with someone, I want to address it right now, 100% right to the bottom, to get it the hell out of the way so we don't fight about it for the next 10 years. When you and Julian were home, we conducted our family life the same way. If we had a bloody problem, we were going to have a discussion about it right now and get to the bottom of it and fix it so that we didn't hate each other. And so I never liked those conversations. I find them very stressful. I'm too high in negative emotion and too high in agreeableness to enjoy that sort of thing.
Now that's pretty interesting. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but I think that is what I missed. And that's why I was in the situation I was last night, because I didn't, like I said, I didn't months ago or years ago say, stop doing this, right? And so when I didn't address it with my cousin, of course, in her mind, she thought it was okay. She didn't think it was a big deal, but it was a very big deal to me. But as you heard what this man said, he said when he has a problem, he wants to fix it right then and there so that they don't hate each other. And when you have people in your life, I'm not talking about somebody just off the street, but you can use conflict resolution with people off the street, because sometimes using conflict resolution can get your butt out of trouble or from getting killed. Hey, Tim, sometimes a lot of the conflict resolution that people need to learn, if they would have had those skills on both parties, neither one of them would be in the situation they're in. One is dead and the other one's in prison. So that's where we miss out a lot on knowing what conflict resolution is. How do we use it in our everyday life with the people that are around us? I'm gonna start with you, Young Riaz. What do you have to add to this situation?
Yeah, I'm more of the conflict resolution person. It took me quite a while to actually learn that. So after, when I was like, for a bit, whatever bothered me and stuff like that, I used to hold it and then pretty much snap at it. But then after, when I hit 17 years old and stuff, and when I did something that completely changed everything for me, that's when I completely learned to mature as fast as possible. That's why at 21 years old, I learned to let go, forgive, breathe, and, try and find a solution through talking.
Okay. All right. That's a good way to look at it. What you think about Meek, and while you doing that, I'm gonna be turning my chicken over in the stove.
Man, because I'm sitting here trying to find Chipotle on DoorDash. I don't know. I feel like doing nothing right now. I don't know what's wrong with me. But
Okay.
Conflict. I mean,
Hey, Will T.
I used to be somewhat of a confrontational person, and I don't know why, but like now in older age, like you said, it's some things are worth resolution, and then some things aren't for me. So I don't like to. I'm not gonna hold grudges or prolong a situation that can be fixed. I agree with the man, fix it immediately. But I'm also not going to lose sleep or um, yeah, I'm not going to lose any sleep and stress myself out over something, because sometimes you can have a resolution with a person over and over and over again. So if I already know that, I'm not interested in that. It just depends. For me, it depends on the degree of the relationship. What kind of bond we actually have. If I even want to find resolve, but not finding resolve doesn't mean I'm going to continue to battle with you either. It means I'm going to wash my hands of it and live a happy life.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, keep talking. Keep talking me. Okay.
I think that some people, a lot of people, a lot of us people, I'm gonna include myself sometimes, we lack the ability to have decent communication. Most people don't speak to. First of all, they don't speak they speak without thinking, and then a lot of times we don't listen to hear. So it's like a lot of times when there's no resolution, when one person is trying to make a point and the other person is thinking of their comeback without even hearing the point the person is making. So I think that's where the conflict comes, because people want to have that clap back before they even hear what they're clapping back at. 5 seconds into to what they say, and they already know what they're getting ready to say back, and they haven't even heard the end of it. So I think that a lot of times it's just the difference of not listening
Right.
and not communicating.
Right. And that was some one of my problems. I hear, but I'm not necessarily listening. So there's a difference. You can hear what a person is saying, but you're not listening to what they're really saying. What is the deeper issue? What are they actually trying to explain to you? Like like what is behind what they're saying, basically. So I can hear something instead of me hearing, instead of me listening and hearing, I was hurt by this. I'm hearing, I'm mad, if that makes sense. I don't know if you, and that's where and then you get upset. So I think we look to hear but not to really listen to what people, because some people like, I ain't got time for all that shit. I'm just gonna say what I want to say. But if you're gonna have any type of relationships with people, whether romantically, platonically, business wise, whatever type of relationship with people, you can't just go by what you feel or how you see things. And I think we all have made that mistake. Like I said, we look to hear, but we don't actually listen to what a person is actually saying. So um that, like I said, that has been a lot of my mistakes on certain things. um in other words, you're sensitive, Selena. Yes. Yes. Hey, yo, it's Mike. Hey, sweetie. Yes, I am. I didn't realize that until, um, like I said, maybe a few years ago, when I was just like, why do I feel like I sometimes I used to wear my heart on my sleeve, right? Because I told you I was number 66. So I was the baby for the longest time. And I was the one that people spoiled, but I was also the one that people used to tease. I had cousins that used to call me Salami. I hated that. I have no idea where they came from, but they took oh, who got their phone on? What is
Sorry.
on? Okay. They used to call me Salami. And I used to hate that, right? So I didn't really realize, okay, I am a little bit more sensitive than I think, than I thought I was. So yes, Alif, I guess you picked that up very correctly. That was I'm very sensitive, and I'm trying to not be so sensitive, because if I'm sensitive all the time, I'm going to be offended all the time. And a lot of times you can't take everything so personal. Personal. That's another thing I've learned. Um, I guess John came up and he went back down.
Yeah. Mm,
I
okay.
I think these women should let us men spar even on YouTube. Yeah, I think so too. I think that, when it oh, okay, he said he'd be back. When it don't have really nothing to do with you, now I can understand if something's wrong, something's just wrong. And you should, I would say, speak if you feel the need to speak on it, speak on it. But as far as just getting all into another person's situation because you feel a certain way and you like a person, sometimes that might not always be the best thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I see a lot of people getting into, they're speaking on things because they like a person and they probably do want a resolution, but some people like the mess. Some people like certain parties going at other certain parties because it gives them content, it gives them drama to see. They don't want to face with their miserable life, so they'd rather people on YouTube going back and forth with each other because it's not them. You know, um, they're not willing to have a resolution. They just want to keep it going. I used to be all kinds of names and had to learn I gotta have tough skin, and they still. Uh, I guess you said they're still at it or something. Okay. Yeah, like I said, you're going to. Oh, okay. Let me put the link back in the chat.
Oh my God, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah. Now, who's my sensitive people? I know I ain't the only one.
Oh, I'm
Well,
super sensitive.
for me too. I'm very sensitive. I'm hypersensitive. You know why? Plus, though,
Yeah.
anyway, for me, sometimes though, depends what mood it is. I actually will get to a stage where I'll start snapping. I actually, whatever you said to me, I'll react back quick, and then afterwards, though, I apologize as fast as possible because I want to end this situation before it happens, though. So I
Right.
apologize as fast as possible.
Yeah. Hey, John, what's up?
Hey Celine, how you doing?
Just fine. What you have to add to this conversation?
See, I remembered and I forgot. I'm gonna remember again. Hold on.
we we just
What's up?
basically
How you doing,
talk
me?
about
What's
the
up,
Hey.
conflict resolution and basically how we haven't been taught how to do that, and
that's a fact.
we really don't resolve anything. We just keep it going because we don't know how or we don't want it. So
Okay.
yeah,
So
that's
I've
basically
been
what
in
it is.
many situations like that. I'm a person who like I'll say some uncomfortable shit type shit. So like here's
Mhm.
one example. So one time I was working in Baltimore doing some construction, right? We was
Mhm.
bricklayer working. I did some overtime. We was putting some pallets of blocks around in the area, so like we was overstocking our area, so we wouldn't have to go out. So we spent like a Saturday or Sunday and put it everywhere, right? So
Right.
why when it's new, and my father, he was the boss, like he the head foreman.
Okay.
So I came to work, and one dude, like he's the regular forklift dude, just start cussing and talking big shit like, man, I'm tired of these dumb motherfuckers who da 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 da. They don't know what they doing, and I'm like, hold on, bro. Like this nigga talking about my father, bro. Like I
Um.
had one of my coworkers. He was like, John, chill, bro. I know how you are, bro. I don't think he was talking about your dad. I was like, bro. So I let it go for a second, right?
Mhm.
So he driving around, and I was like, bro. He walked into me. He was like, bro, I see your face, bro. You straight, bro? I'm like, no, bro. I can't let that shit slide. It's not in me to just let some shit like that slide. So I was like, hey,
Right.
bro, like you stop calling everybody dumb and shit. Like, was you talking about my father and shit? Like, we the ones who did this shit over the weekend. So he cleared
Right.
it up. He was like, nah, he wasn't talking. Oh shit, mosquito killed that bitch. He was like,
Uh-huh.
he was like, what did he say? He was like, nah, I wasn't talking about y'all, but he was like, man, I'm glad you cleared that shit up. And I'm like, see, if that shit would have went unchecked, I would have had a resentment towards that nigga. Like
Right.
everything he would have said, it would have triggered me. I would have jumped, I would have snapped out on him with the smallest thing. But after that, we was cool as fuck.
So basically, you did what the Jordan Peterson said. He said he dealt with it then. So,
Yeah,
because if you
it's
don't
best to
deal
do
with
that.
certain, yeah, if you don't deal with certain things, it can build up resentment and bitterness. And then if you had a bad day or something else pissed you off, and the person said something else, you're just gonna go straight off.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Like, and
That's
I
why,
even,
like,
boy,
Josh. So, like, I come on this panel and say that I probably read you wrong. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? My bad on that. You know what I mean? I apologize for that. I probably read you wrong. I had read something different because I had so many people coming at me, bro. Like, what the hell going on here?
Mm-hmm.
So, if, I didn't know if John Show read it, but I said if I read it wrong, I apologize. You know what I mean? Because you made a video, you know, and I like it, and you didn't have to do that shit, bro. You know what I mean? So I was looking at it like, God damn, bro, coming at me too.
Mm-hmm. So do you mind sharing the situation, Will T, since you up here talking about it?
right.
'Cause
You
Yeah,
gotta share the situation, bro. Shit.
yeah, I was in meal ticket shit, and
uh-huh.
Donna came at me. Donna came at me and shit, and then shit. John Show like I didn't know what John Show meant about the comment he made, like because when when I'm in about me, right?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like when I'm in
When I
defensive
said
mode.
be careful, I said be careful. Donna the type that beat your ass.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't know that
I'm saying that
it
because
was
she
like
from
in.
DC, bro. She from DC, bro. Like, do not sleep on the DC chick. She will fuck you up, bro. That's what I meant. And
Yeah, yeah,
it wasn't no
I
like
thought you was
coming
coming
at
at
me.
me.
It's just some clown and joke shit. I don't think she will. You know what I'm saying? She a grown woman type shit. We all
Yeah,
having
yeah,
laughs
because
in
I was
here.
like, God damn, bro. I was like, no way to take away from Selena live,
No, well,
but
this is actually perfect because that's what we're talking about. So we're talking
because
Right,
about
live in real
conflict.
time.
Yeah,
I get real,
conflict.
Yeah.
I get defensive, like when people come at me for no reason. If you notice it,
Uh-huh.
I never come at people, but when people mention my name, I'm like, okay, we can do this. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. Right.
That's when shit you ask for it, I'm gonna give it to you. But
Right.
you know, I apologize to John Show because John Show did a video for me, and
Oh.
you know, I appreciate. I'm like, you know, I had to sit back on it. Like, hold on, maybe I read it wrong because he did a video for me and shit, and I told
Oh.
him that I want him to do my shit. Like, whenever I talk shit to people, I want
Mm-hmm.
John Show to clip it up and do his thing with it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, because he the only person that done it for me. You know,
Okay.
so
Yeah, he's very talented in that. I
yeah, he
like
the only one.
Selecting random YouTubers who say the magic words when I so happen to be hearing what you're talking about.
right.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like one of them. So
I did
what
your
it
shit because
was?
you said exactly what you said at the end. You said, "Man, y'all take this, clip it up." I was like, "All right, bet." So I just look at shit like that as, "Oh, that's a challenge to put on the work list. Let me do that." Like
Yeah,
Brownski
yeah.
Lady saying, "Somebody please record this." I'm like, "All right, bet." Shit, let me go ahead and do something. So
Cause
if
I'll
I
be
hear some
talking a
shit
lot
like
of,
that, for sure.
I'll be talking a lot of shit, but it makes sense. But
Yeah, man. You was
So
snapping that joint. I ain't gonna lie. You was snapping, bro. That shit was going off.
yeah, and Will T, like I said, Will T is a good dude, but I think that when like he was saying, when if people are coming at you and it's like sometimes you just give it to everybody because you're going through something and these people are saying this, so you you basically try to get that smoke to anybody else that got something to say. It could be a little smallest thing, somebody could trigger you. So I'm glad that y'all kind of got an understanding on that, whatever that was. But see, this
man,
is conflict
it really
resolution.
wasn't nothing. It really wasn't nothing, Miss Lena. It really
Yeah,
wasn't
but
nothing.
But Will T, the fact that you even came up here to say that and get an understanding of what he was saying, that's basically what conflict resolution is. Y'all had a conflict, y'all had a disagreement, at least on your end, you had more of a disagreement. Y'all talked about it. Now it's going to be squashed unless y'all continue to keep going with it.
No,
But
it ain't. No,
I
that's the
don't
thing
want
about it,
all
Miss
the
Lady. It
smoke.
ain't no keep going. That's it. It wasn't no
It's like,
keep
nah,
going.
fuck it.
but
It wasn't no keep going. It wasn't no keep going. It wasn't none of it. It was just like it was
yeah,
a heat of the moment type deal.
right.
No,
And
no,
you
I
know,
already knew you. I already knew you read me wrong. I was like, oh, he lunching. I don't even know what you talking about, bro. But go ahead.
yeah,
But go
yeah,
ahead.
like
I know when y'all
Uh,
be in a lot of chats and stuff be going down. Pardon me. You do be on the defense and ready at any given moment and be seeing
Right.
stuff you probably don't see. You like
mhm.
just like how I was saying, you be ready for the clapback. Like what the hell? But
Right.
hell yeah.
but it's like it's as quickly as you saw whatever y'all that's how quick it is for any of these people to resolve the issue instead of
Exactly.
but and that's why that I believe that the answer is more no, there's not a resolution that people want, because then that would kill the content.
Yeah, like
I
Exactly.
can
what I get
oh
it
So
like what I get is like I'll be actually chilling. So when I decide to come in the chat like I did today when I came in
mhm,
meal ticket chat and I got these people
right.
coming at me, you know what I'm saying? So I misread John, you know what I'm saying? So because I got all these people coming at me for no goddamn reason.
Oh,
So
for real? Wow.
smoking
yeah,
smoke. Smoking
like for
Just
real,
know I
like.
talk shit to everybody.
you talking
But I
shit.
mean, John, so that's what we do.
Except for
But
the ladies. I don't talk shit about women though. Cause I love
Yeah,
all
because
y'all.
I have never heard you say. I've watched you closely, and I've never heard you, or even when situations happen where I was being, I, pictured as some, kind of other person. You never kind of went with the crowd. You just didn't say anything. So I appreciate that. But when I
Uh,
see when I see you going back and forth with other men, like that's just to be expected. Y'all men, so y'all gonna have like disagreements. But I respect you, John, for how you carry
that's why I
yourself.
said,
appreciate you.
I want John to be the only one that like. To be honest with you, I want John to be the only one to clip my shit. Because when I talk shit, I want John to clip it. Because he be clipping some good ones of me.
Right. So
He the only one that actually decide to make a video about it, and it did pretty cool. I had to share it, but
yeah,
I rather him do it than anybody else because he
Hell
the
yeah, I
first
got some
person.
more in the clip.
Yeah, he the first person that ever like took time out to listen to what I'm saying, and put it in a video to put it in this like to get people to listen to it,
let me ask y'all this
So
question: How do you know? And how do you know when it's worth to have a resolution with certain people and what when it's not? Can anybody
with
tell
me,
me that?
I ain't gonna hold you. You asked me the wrong question because when it's up there with me, it's up there,
See, when
So
you don't know they ass, it ain't worth the
No,
resolution.
Will T. Will T. Now I'm gonna have to tell you now you're not right on that because I have seen one person in particular that disrespected you like to the core. And you found a way to have a resolution with that person, and now you're good with that person.
nah,
So
who say it's good? Who say I just not being the bigger man?
well, that's what being good is. You're choosing to be the bigger man and move on. You're not willing
You think
to
it
go.
happen? It won't happen enough next time. Whoever it is, it won't happen the next time. I know that.
Okay.
I
And
know
then
what you're talking about, but it won't happen again.
that might not be that it was resolved. It just mean he's not
Uh,
engaging in a sense.
Yeah.
Maybe
basically,
I could just be sitting down. Maybe I could be just sitting down, just
wait.
chilling.
Wait, so basically, in a way, though, it's not, you don't have to be cool, but basically, in a way, you both found basically, it's like, like solution. So basically, you just both like mature enough, basically, just to coexist in the same place. You don't talk to each other, you don't say anything to each other. Basically, you're not cool, but you both, know to be mature enough to basically coexist.
Okay. What were you saying, Melly? I mean, Meek. I'm saying Melly.
I was
What?
just saying that, like,
Shout
I
out to
mean,
Millie though. Shout out to Millie.
Yeah,
I
Melly.
think that sometimes, like how you were saying to him, like he found resolution, they cool, but maybe sometimes it's not that that person had a resolution, they just choose not to engage, and I think that can be a form of a resolution. That don't mean you made a resolution with that person, you just made a resolve in yourself that I'm not about to go back and forth with this nigga because it ain't worth my time. Like, I don't have enough patience and energy to be catty like that, because either we gonna
Yeah.
Hmm.
and I'm gonna either we gonna
Hmm.
fight or shut the hell up, like, and I don't
Right,
Right.
even
I
fight.
want to snap all the way.
So, and I'm
right,
too
right.
old
Like,
for
Like
I
that.
only
people
snap
got to
when you need to
remember
be
though.
snapped. I'm a
Pe-
can good guy.
Okay, Will T, and go ahead, Will T. What were we saying?
People have to remember. Like I went back and forth with like so many people on here. Like I went back and forth with like sis now.
Hey,
So
Peep Gang.
so in my head, I'm like, what's the point of going back with them? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point of going back and forth with him again? You know what I'm saying? Like, I already did that.
Oh,
Uh, I'm chilling. So whoever on that side got something to say about me, it's what it is, man. Like, I ain't gonna start another type of shit. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna do that. There's people on that side that I respect. I ain't gonna lie to you about that. There's people on that side I respect, but it's also me moving on. Like I already did that. What's new? I mean, let me talk shit to somebody else new. Like I'm on facts right now. Like let me be on that nigga.
oh, okay.
I done
Different
did
time.
that. I done went back and forth with the weapons before. Ain't no point of going back. Let
Well,
me you know
well, like I said, it's about either you gonna do conflict resolution or you not. So that's basically what people need to figure out what they're gonna do with that situation.
Yeah, I'm
What about
for the
you, John?
resolution all the time. Like I'm for resolution. Like I'm pro resolution because I want to know where you stand. I don't want no gray, nothing. No, like don't be sitting back thinking that we cool, but you know what I'm saying. Like you was just going in on me and shit, and we ain't talk about nothing. So
Mm-hmm.
I prefer to have the conversation. So, like I like when I see two content creators who's beefing hit the panel and have a conversation. Whether or not they be cool or not at the end of it, it's the dialogue. You know what I'm saying? At least you know where that other person's standing. I mean, it's still online at the end of the day. So I want
Yeah.
I'm for it. In real
Yeah.
life,
So,
do some
and people
fucked
got
up
to
shit to
realize
me,
though.
nigga, it's a wrap. Like I'm not fucking with you. Like you cut off. Like my cut off switch in real life is quick. But
Mm-hmm.
online, this is just you know what I'm
Yep.
saying. Everybody got a personality in this YouTube app, so they're all
Right.
their own entity. So I feel like everybody deserve to be they self.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
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 For
So
And I
me,
that's
the,
also
fuck with
like,
everybody.
the
Okay, Will
multi-being.
T. Will T. Let Young Riz, and then you can go. Go ahead, Young Riz.
Okay, I got you. So what I was about to say, for me, sometimes though I do the configuration. I'm more like pro solution, just like Donju. But sometimes though, when I do it and the other person don't want to do it, all I do is just basically ignore them, give zero energy though, because I ain't got time for it. I just ignore them, and whatever they say, just say what you want to say. I don't care.
Okay. And see, that's a good way to be, Young Riz, because that's what my cousin was telling me the other day, and I was just like, yeah, but it's a little different when it's people that you actually have a relationship with. I'm not talking about people that don't know you, y'all don't have no type of connection, but when you have a relationship with people or some type of association with them, you're a little bit more sensitive than somebody that you don't know. What do you have to say, Will?
I'm saying like it's getting bad on YouTube because they're not realizing that it's reality, versus social media.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning like I rock with y'all though, but 99% of y'all I would never meet in my life.
Right.
So when I hit that X button, I'm back to my reality. These people out here on social media, they making people shit reality by bringing people personal lives up, and
Mm-hmm.
that's not cool. You don't do that.
Right.
You just block your shit out the way you do. Cause I do. I never bring up nobody personal life because I care less.
Right.
And right when I don't care less. It's like a respect factor. Why would I get into your life? Why would I get into your life like this? It's to the
Right.
point now that they
Hello.
becoming like messy.
People
They
Right.
do
messy out here.
way too much, man. That's like you can get hurt like that, and you remember before people used to be like, "It's just YouTube." I'm like, you can never say that because it's not. Because we're real people. Like, how can you say, "Yeah, it's happening on YouTube," but I'm a real person. So if you're putting my family up and my background up, that's real life. That's not YouTube. And then, not to
Exactly.
mention, the whole world sees that, not just
Right.
the people that's watching your page. Anybody that comes across that sees that. And then what happens when, I don't think people even think as far as, okay, if they have a career or if they're employed by somebody, what happens when, yeah, we got these, fictitious names up. That's a little cap or whatever. But what happens when maybe one of your employers recognize you because they done stumbled
Yeah,
across something on YouTube and now you're fired. I don't think people even, it's sad that
yeah,
adults that are
yeah,
older, not these aren't people that are like in their 20s and teens. These are people that are 35 and up mostly. And most of
Right.
them
yeah,
are probably over their 30s. And it's weird. Like, nobody thinks of consequences. Like most of these people got grown children and their children aren't even on social media acting in this fashion. I've
Yeah.
seen people I know
Also, emotions
that
are
didn't grow
involved
up
as well,
Oh,
basically,
Meek,
though, you
you
know?
you dropped down. Hey, Miss Regina.
can y'all hear me?
but
Yeah.
Meek, we
and
can't
What
people
hear
up,
don't
you.
fail
me?
to realize this
Oh,
is stick though.
Can y'all
People
hear me?
fail to realize.
we can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
we
yeah,
can
we
hear
can
you
hear you
now.
now.
Um
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Now I'm saying if I was on here acting a fool, I'm gonna let y'all know now. My son see that. Oh, he coming for me. My daughter, she coming for me. I don't
Right.
understand. It's just I think
Yeah,
that
like it sticks. It sticks. Like people don't realize the information that they putting out about these persons or whatever the case may be. Uh, it's certain cases that be rightfully so, but when you do it like freely, it sticks. Like it sticks for years. Your grandkids may come across this.
it ain't never
Your
leaving.
and these people up here playing with people's lives. You don't do that. I stand on that. Even though I talk shit on here or whatever. Excuse my language, Miss Selena.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Uh, Even though I talk my s on here,
You can say what you gonna
I
say.
never go personal. I never go personal. I never
And
do it because
there's
you know.
consequences even to the person that is okay, if you did something to me and my get back was to present your stuff, there's still consequences for me because I still handled that in the wrong manner. You know, we can't you can't fight
Yeah.
a dirt fight with dirt. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? It's like
And
I'm gonna do
that's
this. You
putting
did this
shit
to me, so I'm
on
gonna do
YouTube
this to
that
you.
ain't nobody want shown. Like the whole like that it should be only what people are presenting on YouTube. If you want to be on that roast shit, you shouldn't be digging
Right.
behind so you can find out some shit about them and all that other extra shit. Like I mean, yeah, you might
Yep.
like people pulling up court and all that because you wanna actually tell people yes, this is the type of person, and we can see that that's that type of person, but we understand that part of it, you know what I'm saying? But further than that, families, etc., that shit taking it too far for real. I agree.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's definitely taken too far. Like looking through like the daughters and the sons and all that shit. That's taking it too far just because what somebody said something that you don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, bro. I
Wait,
take
but
shit
you
on the
know what?
chin every day. You know what I mean? I take shit on the chin every day,
Okay.
and I never, go to that point that I gotta look into a person's background. You know what I mean? Like this shit is crazy.
Yeah,
Not to
but
It's
mention,
kind of
it
to me,
kind of
it's
goes
kind
too
of
far
mental
as
though.
well
It's kind
in
of
the
mental.
drops
Okay,
as well,
one mic,
basically.
guys. One mic. So, Will T, hey, are you finished? So,
No, I said it's kind of mental to me. To
oh,
be honest
okay,
with you.
mental. Okay, what do you have to say, Young Riaz?
I say that goes too far as well. Basically, the drops, like personal information being dropped in. Yes, I was just trying to add to it. Basically, the drops that people making stuff and customizing it, and also, putting both and both together, both the drops and actually leaking information that was not supposed to be leaked. So I was just adding to what they were saying.
Oh, okay. But you,
drops are comedy though. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Those are things that are created by that person's character, literally.
Yeah, like
But
they did it
you
themselves.
know, we'll say these are public documents, but here's the thing: I'm not seeking out this stuff, so therefore, it's that I'm not sitting here saying, "Ooh, let me go look up so and so's information, see what they got on them." So it's not, yes, it's public information if I'm searching for it. It's not public information you're allowed to share it. That's how I see it.
Right.
And
Right.
it's
Yeah.
like
Hmm.
I think that a lot of people, like right now we have all these pages and they all fighting each other. Who are you anymore? I don't even know who people are, because they just fight. Nobody, I think people have gotten so far away from actually creating content. Like you could have a different topic every day, but instead you have the same topic every day, fueled with hate, venom, and this craziness. Like, man, aren't you don't you have more of a scope of thinking than that? Like, don't you see anything else going on in the world that you can share that could be funny, that can be valuable? Anything. Like, it's like I think people have really lost themselves in the situation for a bunch of strangers. We don't. Some of us may have met people before, but overall, it's a bunch of freaking strangers.
Yes, correct. Wasted energy. Basically, wasted and yeah. I was saying wasted energy. Basically, you're wasting your energy. You're wasting your time on that when you can probably do that on something way better than that.
Hmm. Well, so what were you saying, John?
No, I was just I was just basically agreeing with what Meek was saying. Like that,
Hmm.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
So, do you think that? Let me ask you this question: do y'all believe that when people put your information online, or they put your pictures and online and stuff like that, do you think these people are trying to come to any resolution, or are they just trying to keep it going? What do y'all think?
Mm,
Um,
depends on the person, though. Depends on the person. Some people are like, mature enough to actually let it go despite everything. Like some people though are, willing to let stuff go and everything like that. And depends who it is, though. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. What were
I
you
think
saying,
it's
John?
I think it's they basically trying to use you for content. Number one, and number two, they not really looking for resolution. That's like you the topic of they roast. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Wow.
if done to me, like I'm the type of person, you do some shit like that to me, I'm gonna learn how to do that shit and do that shit back to your ass.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm not I'm
That's
not the
right. That's
I'm not
right.
the type to go looking for that though. Like, and I already said, like, somebody try to dox me, they gonna be highly disappointed. But
Man, because I dox
I'm
myself. I got
not
to
about
be
to
That's
make
glad.
this
right.
shit. I'm not
That's
about to
right,
make this shit
God.
easy for you. I'm not about to give you information so you can actually dox me and think you about to capitalize. Hey, I'm about to dox John show. Nah, like you ain't
I
think
lead a
about
very
that.
boring
That's
life.
right.
My history is full of. I'm not a criminal. I got a DUI. Hell, you want to talk about it? Like, okay, go ahead. I wrecked my car. Now what? I guess
I
Yeah.
think.
Nah,
but
trust me, my
I
life
think.
is boring
I
too.
think that
Trust me.
hold on, Ria. When if you look at it like Salita was saying, like, do you think it's right about the picture? I would, like, if I was that type of person and I was into some kind of back and forth with somebody, and we were tick for tack posting pictures, that's one thing. But if I'm not posting anything of you and you got a problem with me and then you go and post my picture, That's to me, that's a malicious intent. You're trying to hurt me, and I'm not doing that to you. We
Yeah,
can have we can
of
have
course.
Yeah.
words. We can have words, but the moment you post a picture of me and I haven't posted one of you, I feel like that's kind of a violation because it's like that's a deep dig,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like people fight dirty, but I would tell people I have to use my example all the time. People don't know, like half of us have avatars up. Most of these people don't know what
Right.
the other person look like. Nobody would
Yeah,
never understand until somebody slapped the shit out of them in real life because they done ran up on them and they didn't even realize that was the person they've been capping, popping off
Right.
at. Like the
mm-hmm.
one lady, she be over talking cash money, big shit. But I know she don't know what these people look like. You be out and shit. Somebody walk right up on you at Lowe's and take your damn head off, and they already know your stilo. They already know where you shit at. You done, and it's easy. It's easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
like
Yeah.
what it
that be
is.
my fear. Somebody gonna get hurt.
I think like what it is there. If they think that you got the better hand of them, that's when they get to the doxing and shit. That's when they do all that. More people laughing at or following what you saying about this person, so they get to do all that. Nah, it ain't about that. Just take it on the chin. You know
Right.
what I
I
mean?
just
Just take
had to I
everything
had
on
to
the
put
chin,
myself in
bro.
that situation and think about it. I was like, damn, how would I feel if I was just minding my business and I just opened up YouTube one day and I saw the little notification drink, press that, oh, you got mentioned. And then it's a picture of me like shit, like, hold on, violation off breaks. Like, what the fuck? Hold on, who said you could post
Right.
my page?
Yeah.
What?
Hmm.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'ma feel what's that word? What's that word? I'ma feel yeah, violated shit.
Right.
Yeah, they be saying they real. They be like all the time. The only thing they can say about Will on here is Will is like sensitive and all that. Nah, Will be chilling unless you mention my name. When you mention my name, that's when I apply pressure on you because you mentioned my name first. You know what I'm saying? Now I want to see what you're talking about. What type of time you on? That's what I'm trying to. I'm
Right.
trying to. I'm trying to check your temperature. What type of time you on since you mentioned my name and I never mentioned you? So what type of time you on, bro? You know what I'm saying? That's what I be on.
Mhm.
I ain't gonna hold
So
you.
so I don't know if I asked this question. I don't think I did. Why do you think people don't want a resolution? They just want.
Because
Oh, but look, I'm
money,
like, ooh,
that's
now my
it.
next thought.
What'd you say, me?
I was saying, I was just thinking in my head about people not wanting a resolution. I think that people don't realize, like, they done lost themselves. You know what I mean? They
Mm-hmm.
don't even, like, I could, like, me personally, if I was on here acting crazy all day long and I was to go back and look at my video, I'ma see myself like, wait a minute. But I think that some people have been in this characters so long and in this certain personality and persona so long, they become whatever alter ego or a little monster they done created, and they done flew off. It's like a small fire has become a big fire. Now half the forest is on
Right.
fire, and it's hard to put out a huge fire. It's easy to put out little fires, but now you got all these little fires that done smoltered together, and they got this huge, massive fire. I don't think there is resolution unless somebody just be like, "Damn, I'm tired of doing this. My bad," and just walk out. I don't think nobody gonna come back to being cool again. But the only resolution at this point I see for most of these people is just to stop talking about each other and keep moving. That's the only
Right.
resolution. Keep it moving.
Yeah.
Cause
Hmm.
it been some dirty shit going on. And I'm like, that's why I'm like,
I've
I
been
can't do
trying
this.
this
Don't come for me because
I,
I'm not on here doing that. Don't come for me.
Right.
Cause I don't know you.
I,
I've been trying to move on. I ain't gonna hold you.
I
I've been trying to
do
move
this
on, being
yesterday.
cool, and people just come fucking with me, and I'm not just gonna lay
Hey,
down.
Caputa.
Like I could be chilling, saying what's up. I could be in this chat right now, and then it'd be random people just come at me. You know what I mean? Like I don't got no
Mm-hmm.
problem with you people. Leave me alone. But
But
since
that's
you
a
want that
decision
problem, we're
though,
gonna see what it's gonna be.
That's a decision you
But
make,
you,
Realty.
Hell
Just
yeah,
because
Whoopty, you
somebody
know
coming
you
at
gonna
well,
get
it's what it
roasted.
is. It's what
You
it
know you
is.
get
It's what
roasted in
it is.
certain places.
Yeah, like they
I'm
follow
gonna be
like.
on your ass in them chats now.
I used to cook your ass up too, boy.
But me and you, John, we got a whole different understanding of what we got going on.
Yeah,
This these random
you a
motherfuckers.
construction
It's these
nigga.
random
I fuck
motherfuckers.
with you. I still
It's
put
these
your ass
random
on the straight and narrow.
motherfuckers, man.
Oh yeah, the letters.
It's these random people that just come at me and just want to say my name, bro. Like, I'll be chilling. Like, then shit, you gonna be the next video that John made, fucking with me. That's the way it
Yeah.
be, though. You know.
Hell yeah, make some more beats and shit. You heard.
I
But
think
Yeah.
it's
nah,
I
a
don't. I don't.
combination of many things, boss. I
I
say
don't
they're
take
mostly
YouTube serious. I
everything.
don't take. I don't take you too serious. I don't. Because
Right.
I'm gonna push that
What you have to
everywhere.
say,
Mhm.
Young Riz?
I don't.
What you have to
I
I
was
say?
don't get
gonna
paid
say
off of it.
basically though, them people play these characters because they know their real life in a way. In general, it's because in real life they don't feel anything basically. They've lost sense of purpose in real life. They have nothing
Mhm.
going on. They're pretty much, going through some stuff. So basically when they play the character online, they don't want to make resolution because it's the only thing that just gives them, purpose. It's not an excuse though, but I'm just understanding what they're thinking.
I agree.
I agree with that because I believe most people that don't want a resolution and they want to keep the BS going in any situation, they lack empathy and sympathy, and
Yeah,
that's
and if you
basically.
recognize,
Go ahead.
if you
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Hmm.
If you recognize anything like from a spiritual standpoint, a lot of these people have checked out, and I don't think they realize that they're vacant. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
emotionally, mentally, spiritually bankrupt, and it's like they have nothing else to pull from because they give everything to YouTube and these people. I know most of these people don't even take a break from YouTube, even when they off YouTube. It's like
Right.
you once you become consumed with something, it becomes that addiction. Now you got to get your next fix. They can't walk away
Yep.
because they need that fix, and that fix is tomorrow I'm gonna come out and be harder. Half these niggas don't even go to sleep. Like just be
Yeah.
online like
Yep.
all
Yep.
night. Like you have to come away from, like go outside and breathe a little bit, and not go outside and have your phone and be on
Mm,
YouTube while you go grocery shopping. I mean, life, like
Yeah.
we have a beautiful
yeah,
gift
that's
of
true.
a life.
Um,
It's plenty of people who not here no more, but you got people wasting life on people that they're not even doing life with. So it's like it's
Right.
scary in a sense because, like I said, these people are not young. These are people who should have lived by now, and maybe that's it. A lot of people are bored, ain't got nothing to do, and then you got the people that are trying to make the money. Because let's keep it real, a lot of these people that's on this bullshit ain't even making no money.
Right. That's what
Everybody
because
ain't making money that's out here beefing. They
because
try.
yeah,
mo-
I think that's the thing. They trying so hard to tap
Mhm.
into that dollar that they can't let it go because they think the next video gonna be it. That's when I'm gonna get my big hits. But I tell you personally, I give where I where I feel like I'll give a super chat or whatever where I feel like giving it. But
Mhm.
there's people that I used to give to that I don't give to anymore for the simple fact, why am I about to pay you for this? Like, okay,
Right.
that's enough. Once it takes a left turn, my money, my bills is high. I don't mind sewing into a
Yeah.
person when they're when
You
it's
got
good.
Right.
to remember on
What you
here
have to
on
say,
it.
Will?
You have to remember on this. You have to remember on this chat in this sector, right? Chaos and controversy. It means a lot, So the people that handle real life, we would never understand it. You know what I mean? That's my
AK
problem.
School.
That's my understanding. Like that's my problem. Like I handle real life. I understand the difference between YouTube and reality, and these people refuse to do it. So what they do is
KJ. Mhm.
they pick with people to make content in order to
Mhm.
keep their channel going.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So I figure that's what they're trying to do with me. They're trying to like pick
Hey
my name,
guys.
pick my name, pick my name,
Kind of
Right.
like
or
having a
pick
soft
somebody else's
target.
name. Yeah,
Let
and
let me
That's because
they make content off
that
of it.
seem like that's the formula. People believe that that's the only formula that you can have to bring. You know what I'm saying? To bring the wave is
Mhm.
conflict and chaos for real. Cause yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. You know, it
Yeah,
was kind of bred like that. A lot of us came here because we was laughing at what Kwame Brown was saying. Like I did, I'm like, this nigga funny as shit. And he going at rich niggas. What? That shit was
You're right.
hilarious. I thought
yeah.
he
And
was
that's
just about to keep picking different NBA niggas and keep roasting their ass. But you know, then other I didn't even know there was other content creators. Like I didn't know that other people was beefing with other people who was in
Hey, just
chats and
man.
all that. You know what I'm saying? But long story short, you know what I'm saying?
Well, let me say,
It's getting out
Mo
of hand.
said,
It's getting out of hand.
listen, Will T. Mo said making a resolution on here is not making no money. And that's basically what you
Hmm.
guys were saying. It's all about some money. But
Mm-mm.
what I find interesting, um, it's not a lot of money in YouTube when you, even if you have 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers, it's not that much money. So unless you are like a big time YouTuber, you have, I would say, more than 5,000, then you might have, be considered to be a major YouTuber that can
I
make
think
money.
it depends on the
Hell
chat. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
Uh
yeah,
huh.
I,
That
I
too.
I agree with
Yep.
what you're saying, but it also can depend on your chat too, because everybody ain't got money, you know. But
Right.
some people got that money chat. They might have a really small channel, but make a whole lot of money. It's just like, and that's what I'm saying. Like when your content is good, people want to, they want to when they support you, they want to give you money. But like I
Okay.
said, for myself, I can't put my money into something that takes away from me. I like to laugh. It's all good until it goes dirty dark. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying people shouldn't roast and go back and forth. What I'm saying is when you start digging deep, and like I've been on some pages where it affects my spirit and I have to go off YouTube for a couple days. When
Hmm.
it starts
Yeah.
feeling like that
Yeah.
to me, I just don't follow those people no more, and I'm not investing in that because it's
Right.
like people don't realize how the enemy works. Will snatch you up real quick and you ain't even realize it just because
Like
you
this how
engage
this
with
shit
one
go.
person.
This how this
That's
shit
messed up.
go.
Huh?
This how this shit go. Like say, Lena, you know I rock with your own way. You know I've never been front towards you. You know I take
Right.
up for you and everything. But when I do that, the other motherfuckers come like and they jump on me because
Right.
I got your back. Like, come on,
Hmm.
bro. Like it get old. You know what I'm saying? It get old, man.
Right.
Why do y'all think like we have
Magruder
okay?
says
This,
Magruder says people are too invested. It's not that
Mhm.
serious.
these people crazy. It's mental. It's mental.
It's not that serious
Mm.
until they done put your whole family on screen and talk about your mama and your kids and all that stuff. That's too much. Like that stuff that'll get you slapped straight the hell out in real life. Like if
Right.
you was in my face,
Yeah.
if you did or said anything like that, you could die. So that comfort of being behind this screen and talking and popping that shit, like I said, people don't really know. Like you can get rolled up on easy. You don't know where half these people really at. You don't know what half these people really look like. Imagine you getting out the
Right.
out the car at the gas station. Somebody just walk up and take your face off. You don't even know why.
Mhm.
You don't even know who did it, and it was all
Exactly.
behind YouTube. You dead.
Mhm.
Like that'd be my fear. I don't want to wake up one day and turn on YouTube and they be like so and so got whatever. Like
Yeah.
I would hurt for any of these people. I don't care who it is. I don't care how bad, how dirty, how dark they are. I would hate to hear that about somebody.
Hmm.
Hell
But
yeah.
then
And
at
you
the end
you
of the
never
day, some people
know.
you be like, dang, you had that coming. And I hate to think like that too.
Yeah.
I
Right.
be
Yeah.
trying to
Right.
promote people to go hit street beefs, man. That's all I'm saying. Like I want somebody to go there. Just if y'all talking and doing all that spicy shit, it's getting crazy out of hand, man. Y'all really acting like y'all want the smoke. Go to street beef. We gonna all watch that shit. That shit, we all gonna review that shit, and we gonna have a great time. Yeah, go ahead and do that.
You stupid.
Yeah, like we gotta realize that we can put the weapons down and slap the shit out somebody. I ain't gonna hold you because hey, if I ever run across facts, I'm slapping the fuck out of him. I ain't gonna hold you, Slim.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, it is
I
what
keep
it
on saying
is.
it. I keep on saying it. Like I keep on saying it, but it ain't no bad thing when I say it. You know what I mean? So, uh,
I believe you won't
but
run into them.
like what Meek was saying, like sometimes you gotta think about what you're saying about things, because you never
Right.
know what enemy you're gonna make. You know what I mean? You might have an enemy next door, you're not even knowing it, and then next thing you know, we on YouTube like, damn, dude got messed up. Like the New York subway dude. Remember
Yeah,
he did
I
that?
remember that. I remember that.
Yeah. Like, come on now. People need to think. You
Yeah, I
can't
know
just go
people don't think.
around doing all that. But
Yeah, I remember
I'm still gonna shut the fuck out of Swag, you know.
People don't take into
that.
consideration people's family either. Like I could be on here going at it with Selena back and forth, back and forth. Selena might have
Oh.
a son at home that's seeing this. What happens when that person's child run up on you? You know what I mean? Or that person's brother. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you're not just talking to that person when you online talking about people's family members and stuff. You're actually talking to an entire bloodline. So that means
Yep,
Right.
any one of them
yep.
people got smoke with you and you don't even know who those people are. Like it's a dangerous game that is being played. And I pray the day that everybody just wake up and something good happen and everybody just start talking about something else because it's like it wears on your body. People don't understand when you entertain wickedness long enough,
Yeah.
you can get sick, you can get cancer, you can get
That
ulcers,
shit get
all
you.
types
Yeah,
of things. Have a
yeah.
stroke, heart attack. Like who the hell want to lose their life over YouTube for somebody you don't
Exactly.
even know? Like hell no, I'm not about to die for none of
Right.
these motherfuckers.
Like for example, y'all, I
Can I ask?
visited this. I
Can
was
I?
on this
Can
dude.
I ask y'all a question? Will T, hold on. Keep that thought, please. Let me ask y'all this question: do y'all think it's more people that want the resolution with people, or they want more beef? Like, what do y'all think? The majority of
Beef.
people
I
beef.
say it's,
Why?
I think
Yeah, I think chaos and controversy equals more views,
Okay. Okay.
in
Um.
my opinion.
So
I'm
you're
for
saying view
resolution, but I think they want beef.
beef? Okay. Mo said beef. What you think, Meek?
I think it's more people than we realize that want people to just let it go and move on. You got the people that's
You
gonna
think so?
always want to. I think people gonna always want to. You know why? Because when I be looking like at other pages that aren't in the beef sector, I see how many people are saying, "Oh, this is so refreshing. This is such a good change." I think that I think people want it as long as they see it. But if it was to go
Hmm.
away, I think people would appreciate the other side of things more. Because like I said, it's getting old. It's the same argument every day for months, for years. Like, what are we arguing about now? The same shit we was arguing about 2 years
Hey,
ago.
Curtis. Yeah.
Some
That's
people
fact.
come
That's
for the
fact.
beef
That's fact.
though.
I'm
Like
gonna
some people
say,
actually come here for that bullshit.
yeah, they do. Let me say, and I wish I could believe you, Meek. That's the reason why I started my channel. Well, one of the reasons, but from what I see, and I think we've discussed this before. What I see is more people are drawn to the beef, and they get the numbers, they get the what you call those, the money, the cash apps, and they get the accolades, and people say, "Oh, this is a great live," because they have that conflict. So I'm seeing more people gravitate more to the beef than I have seen that actually want something different.
They
But
ain't
that's still
presenting
not
nothing
going.
different.
Yeah, but that's still not going to change what I'm going to do. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying that's what I see. That's what I
I think
see.
Yeah.
I think eventually they're gonna. I think that a lot of times, okay, we had this beef going on. We all been seeing it going on for a long time. Depending on where you come in at, how new it is and how old it is to you. I think that
Hmm.
eventually we will see a taper off because it's like I said, every day you keep on taking this shit in your brain, you gonna be stupid. Like
Right.
it has to. If ain't nobody gonna resolve it, who the hell want to wake up every day and say the same shit every day? I mean,
Exactly.
literally, I hear the same thing every single day. You did this, you did that. That's why your kids don't this, and your mama that, and you did this. Like, what are we in the first grade? Like, I understand. I mean, I do believe that majority of people probably do want beef, but I think it's a whole lot more than we know. that they're just there for the beef because that's what they're being served. They being served beef, so they eat. You know what I'm saying? But
So
I think
so
it's
basically
Oh wait,
you say
so
basically you're saying they need to be introduced to something different and maybe they might like that different, whatever's different rather
I
than
think
what they're used to.
some people gonna go for the beef no matter what. It doesn't matter what you do. But I think there's
Right.
some people that will welcome something else. I think that I believe that some of the people that are beefing are just gonna stop. You know what I mean? Like not the ones that are like kind of money hungry or whatever, but like how some people say if you stop talking, who are they talking to? It's gonna have to be something like that. That's the resolution. Shut the hell up and keep it moving.
Yeah, because
That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Shut the hell up and keep it moving.
they was
Stop
coming for me
entertaining.
when I was talking positive shit when I first was. I was like, yeah. They was like, you
Because
know where you at?
damn
They was like, you
spiritually
know where you
corrupt
at,
ass
boy.
people. These people
yeah,
weird, man.
same here though in a way.
Do you
I tried
do you
being the
got
positive person in that place, but then I had to realize where what I'm doing.
I'm about to run in the store.
Oh
right?
yeah, I
Do,
believe in energy and all that. Like I done read the self care for men's type book, taught me about stones and everything. So I,
right.
I I believe in meditation and all that shit. But I also, like I said, if I want to hit the panel and get crazy on see, it's certain places for that in my opinion. Like you hit Barbie Girl Tina's late night if she pop that joint on, then you can go crazy because everybody there just there for chaos. I thought that people had their own sectors and they talked about different things. I ain't know it was like, you know what I'm saying? It is getting crazy. I ain't gonna lie, because you can't get cool with
Yeah.
everybody and then expect to be in everybody's chat. Like I had told
No.
Brown Skin Lady before, I was like, I'm cool with you and Skinny. When y'all was talking about each other, I don't be in none of y'all chat.
Right.
I might not even be watching. Shit.
Right. Do
Mhm.
you think we need a balance? Like, because everything
Mhm.
is not going to be always positive, right? We already know that it ain't going to be always positive, and we can't always say, "Hey, just keep your head up," and all this kind of stuff.
Hell
But
no.
You the
I
balance,
think
Lena.
don't you think we need a balance.
You the
Yeah,
balance. Like in
you're
certain
one of the
content
Yep,
creators,
balancers
like
and
for
that's
real.
in
That's a
safe
fact.
spaces
you in
sometimes.
certain content creators like you, Miss Lena, and others that's in the
Uh-huh.
sector that keep it a little balanced. That's not about beef. That's not
Yeah.
coming at people. You are the balance. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay. Thank
that's
you.
why that's why I come here. That's why I come on your channel and talk. You know what happens to me. I talk real with you. But
Right.
when I go on other channels, see it's what it is. I ain't gonna hold you. They can get
Right.
all smoke.
Curtis.
They can get all smoke.
Yeah.
Curtis, that's my buddy. He
I
said,
mean,
I'm not with the beef. I'm against the lies that keeps the beef going." Right, Curtis. Curtis be going in on some of these folks. But yeah, I think it's good to have a balance because even some of the things in my content when I have gotten upset and I have maybe said some things because I had one of my guy cousins was watching. He says, "Dang, Selena, you really got ghetto." One on one, I don't know which one he was talking about. He was like, "Your accent came out and everything." I was like, "Oh Lord." So it's like I feel like some things, you can go there, but then I feel like you got to reel it in. You can't go too far left and you can't go too far right. I think it's very important to kind of be balanced on a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that I can give that to myself and give that to y'all where I'm not over all the way over here because being all the way positive all the time, that's just not realistic. We don't feel like that every day.
Facts.
We don't feel good.
mhm.
We don't feel happy all the time. We get upset. We get downright pissed off to where we're about to go and find somebody and do something. So it's like we have that kind of emotions. We're human. And that's
Those
the
be the
thing I
people who go
wanted to
off.
show you. Yeah, that's what I want
Them
to
nice
show you
people.
guys, regardless of how I am an articulate person. I do try to look at the bright side. I'm human and I get upset and I feel certain type of ways, and I'm not always mature. Sometimes I'm downright immature and I make stupid decisions like we all do. That's the difference.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
Like we not perfect. Show me a show me a perfect person, and I'll show you somebody that never went through anything. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's
That's
just
impossible.
Facts.
Jesus
that's
Christ, the only one.
right.
But
You
And
know,
he was perfect and went through all the hell.
Well,
yeah,
in a spiritual sense, yes, I agree with you. You know, basically, in a way, his heart was purified in a way where it made him spiritually, spiritual perfection. If you mean it in that sense, then yeah, I agree with you. Like he pretty much experiences everything we experience, but his heart is completely clean and pure. That's why.
And that would never be us. In other words, none of us
like
will ever,
basically,
ever,
no,
ever accomplish that.
like
not at all.
for instance, Miss Selena. One day,
Uh,
I was coming from work with my brother, and
uh,
I was listening to I ain't gonna say his name, but it was him and a nursing home worker, the old
mhm.
woman. They talking bad about
Oh,
me,
okay.
and my Bluetooth went off, and then
Mhm,
they saying my name. They mentioned me in all kind of like disparaging ways. My brother
mhm.
was like, "Who the hell is that saying all this shit about you, Will?" I'm like, "It ain't nothing, bro. It's just YouTube and shit." He's like, "Nah, fuck that shit. Who the
Right.
fuck
See,
is
I
this?"
told
You know what I'm
you,
saying?
it's
Like,
your family.
yeah, like there's certain people that you just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't
Mhm.
make up. You don't do that shit. Just
Everybody
keep it.
Yeah.
don't have
Hey,
Just
Diddy.
keep it YouTube. You know what I mean? Keep it YouTube.
everybody
I'm
don't be
still
out here
mad at
praying.
Yeah, I'm still mad at you, Agent Smith. But yeah, you're right. Hey, Didi, ain't everybody out here playing? Everybody not
Nigga,
about
bro.
like that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Do something
like we kind of
somebody's daughter
yeah. I
and they
know. I
daddy
don't.
son.
I came on YouTube to have a good time, especially when I said that, when Kwame Brown had first came out and everybody was in the chat, everybody was speaking to each other. They loved everybody, liked
Everything was
everybody,
fun.
and it was fun. But then you
Yeah.
have all this stuff that comes out of it, and it's just nasty. It's all the way nasty. You got people backbiting. You got people you think cool. They trying to scheme, plot, do stuff. I'm like, what in the hell is going on with these folks? You know what I'm saying? And but the thing that made me just kind of it click in my mind. My sister told me, she said, Selena, you don't know these people, and they don't know you. So you shouldn't get so, I guess, wrapped up and involved in things. But like I said, we are human. So at first, we're going to get upset. We're going to get a little wrapped up in it, just as long as you don't stay there. You know what I'm saying? So
Ain't nothing I can do about it. I'll be pissed off, but I can't
you
help
can't
it.
do
You
nothing
know,
about it.
but I think that a lot of people just we got to start finding stuff to do. Like, like for real. There's so much we don't have. I feel like how they say, oh, we ain't got a lot of time left. If you think like that, I ain't got a lot of time left on this earth. Especially if you about 60, 70 years, well, we're gonna say 60 years old, you ain't got a lot of time left. None of any of us could be gone tomorrow. But I'm just saying, like, when you think of
Mm-hmm.
as a perspective of age, when you reach a
Right.
certain age, you don't have a lot of time left. You got precious moments you're missing with grandchildren and children and making memory with your family, all for a bunch of strangers. Like when you die, what's your legacy gonna say? This motherfucker spent their life on
Mm-hmm.
YouTube cussing motherfuckers out every day. Hell no, that cannot be my legacy.
Right.
Like, no, I think people are really detached. Like it's like a drug. They gotta keep getting that hit. And if you don't get off of it, it's gonna get worse. Somebody might fall
Mm-hmm.
sick behind this stuff. And that's
Right.
I'm already looking at people, they whole
Or getting
countenance
slapped.
changing, losing weight, losing sleep
Mm-hmm.
bags under your eyes. It's like, come on. Like, I shouldn't see you change that much in a matter of 90 days. Two times.
Yeah.
Within
I've
a six
seen.
month period, you have drastic changes. That's not healthy.
Yeah. I've seen some content creators that I watched at the beginning, and you thought they was pretty, and you thought they, just really pleasant, and then like over time, you start seeing these people, and it's like they looks change with their attitude. It's something weird. It's like it's like all of a sudden their whole face changed.
That's those principalities, baby. That's that spiritual wickedness that people when we engage in negativity, we open ourselves up to a whole nother realm. And it's not the good
Yeah.
spirit. So once you open yourself up, we can only be overtaken by those things if we're a willing vessel. We become a
Mhm.
when we open the door, we welcome them in. And unfortunately, you can't say, well, I opened the door a little bit, only one came in. No, some of these people are dealing with multiple things and they don't even realize it because they're it's not them. That's how sometimes you have to look at people like this ain't even that person. These are those things that they done allowed into their spirit that's operating through them. Some people call them demons like I do. And those things are real. I see them.
Right.
I see them. People's eyeballs look funny. Their color be dark. And I mean, like a lot of people probably don't believe in that type stuff, but I do, and I've seen them come out of people. So I be sitting here looking at YouTube like, man, that bitch need to throw up. And I'd be
So
so dead serious, but I'd be so for real. Cause it ain't it's
so
And if
you
you
we
tell
take
gotta
it
work through
on, you gotta
ourselves.
get it out of yourself. Like you gotta,
right.
you getting purged, somebody purging on you, they releasing that energy or that
Yeah.
negativity, and you
You're
as
watching
the
it.
listener, you absorbing it. So if you don't
Because
have
you're
no
watching it.
constructive way of releasing it, then you gonna be walking around with that energy.
And some people ain't as strong as some people in faith. So as you're watching it, that's the open door right there. So I think that's why a lot of people become prone to actually loving this stuff. It's all key, but you don't really realize you open yourself up to something that you don't even realize that's operating through you. Because now every day you got to get up and come on and see who's fighting, who's saying what, who did what. Like,
So
honey,
so
when I
basically,
feel anything, I'm walking away.
so let me ask you this, Meek. So you're saying basically, if you allow all that negativity to get into you, it starts to change your countenance, and that's why you see a lot of people that maybe came when they first came, they were attractive, they were pleasant to be around, and they had a great content, and then all of a sudden they let that negativity get into them, and it's like it changed them all together.
Something else comes into you and begins to take over. It's like you're no longer in control of. I mean, if you think about it, people really in control of themselves, they could really stop.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say it's a whole nother beast when you start playing around with stuff like this.
Mhm.
Like good-hearted people
Mm-hmm.
don't don't come online and talk about dead people. They don't talk about children. They don't put your stuff up on the social media. Your personal stuff up. Good-hearted people don't do that. And I don't believe all these
Mm-hmm.
people are bad-hearted, but I don't think they all started off that way. Like I
Okay.
said, when you
You think
open the door,
something
our house,
happened?
how they say your body is your temple.
Right.
Let's just think what they're putting into the temple. It ain't just about what you eat, it's what you see, what you hear, what you say. So the more
Uh-huh.
negativity you put in, the more of that stuff. It's like say if it's 10 demons waiting on me, and every time
Uh-huh.
I do something crazy, I open the door. Boom. Yeah, we in there. Not to mention that people are already dealing with stuff before they even get to this. And that could be the thing. People have underlying issues and now they come out and take it out on other people. Things begin to
Right.
manifest that might have been just stewing for years, could have been from childhood. But at the end of the day, we have to watch what we entertain, you
Mhm.
know.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel you though. Yeah, you're right. I agree with you 100%. She do actually reminds me interesting story and stuff like that. It's basically in my faith and stuff like that. The Prophet Muhammad basically he even forgave his worst enemy, the deadliest enemy ever against him. He even forgave him, the man that murdered his uncle. Basically, he forgave him instantly like that. I know that we cannot be like that. It's not that easy to forgive someone like that, but in a way, it's like a conflict thing basically. He just
Mhm.
learned to let it go, forgive because to him, no, in a way, don't give the same energy, just learn to let it go and you know, he'll learn for himself.
Can't have healing without forgiveness. And a lot of people already were hurt when they even stepped into the arena. So it's only easy for me to come out and want to box you off because my uncle made me mad when I was 7. I'm gonna take it out on you, Selena.
Hmm.
Since you here and you
Right.
pissing me off, I'm gonna do what I couldn't do to him to you because you can't touch me, you can't see me, you can't feel me. I can be behind this keyboard and I'm gonna tear your ass up because my uncle
Right.
did this to me. You know, I mean, it's a lot going on,
Right.
and some people just with the shit and they really having fun, but I don't think they know the consequences that come, even when you feed it to people. You know,
Right.
like
Right. Right.
when you support it, it's a dangerous game. But everybody, like I say, everybody doesn't think in that to that level in a spiritual sense, but I do. That's why I know when my little ears come up and my little discernment go off, I'm like, yeah, turn that off.
Right.
I'm not trying to accidentally get him. And
What's your
no,
little ear say about me then, nigga?
Yeah, that's a
that
fact.
will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will.
I ain't never, but I've never seen you really. Like I said, I don't follow a lot of people. I've never seen you in conflict with anybody. I see you in the chat, like where I'm at most of the time, but I generally am only in maybe 3 places. You might see me pop up in a couple places, but I don't stay long. You know, not long enough to
Yeah, I'm
really.
trying
I don't
to
know.
lighten the mood up a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm starting to be a person too. If I explain to you, hey, A goddess, how are you, sweetie? Good to see you. If I started to explain to you my position on a certain thing, and explain it the best way, and I try to explain it where you can understand, where we can have an understanding and some type of resolution, and then you still are mad with me, or you still take what I say and turn it to something else, then that's going to be on you. And then I'm going to leave you to be what you want to be or how you want to think about a situation, because I figure it's some people you just can't be cool with. Like, it's some people that you can try your hardest to explain and to be empathetic and sympathetic to their plight, but and they still don't want, they still choose to believe, well, I feel this way. Hey, Carl, how are you? I'm glad to see you, sweetie. And they still choose to be this way or feel that you're meaning it this way. That's what I'm gonna let them choose to believe that at the end of the day, because I can't do nothing about it. I've already told you what I meant. But if you, in your mind, in your warped mind, try to change it and make it something that it's not, then I'm gonna let you have it, because that's what you want. You don't want a resolution, because I told you what I felt and what I meant. And if you take it another way and you take it as if I'm saying this when I told you I said this, that's gonna be on you. And those type of people, I let them be. And sometimes no resolution is the best resolution. Just go your way and I go mine, you know. So that's
Yeah.
how I see the thing.
Yeah, and also sometimes that even if in some way with some people, if you both have problem with each other, and if you, even if you try to solve it, or if it don't work, best way to do is just to ignore them. Just whatever they just say. I mean, I know though it's not that easy as possible. I get you though. I feel the same way. I have them feelings here, but I just learn to just feel patient and not say anything. Because in a way, if I give them back the energy they want, that's what they want. And I'm not giving them people what they want. I'm just gonna, you know, just be what I'm just gonna do what I'm gonna do, and I'm not gonna cave into it.
Right. Realist one say they come on here and take it out on everyone else. Plus, it helps that they are shielded by a screen. Correct, realist, and that is very real. They're going through their own personal issues and trauma, and they've never had any resolution in their life. So they come on YouTube or any social media platform and try to take out their pain on other people because they feel like they can, so any John, did you have anything to say? I don't know if I cut anybody off because I'll be talking.
You know, the number one thing I think that I see is, oh my God, where my brain just go.
What when you was
I was
telling
getting
when
ready to
I
say
was
something and I whole lost my whole train of thought. Maybe,
oh, that's okay. No, I was
Yeah,
just saying
brain freeze.
maybe,
You got brain freeze.
maybe I'm an old mammy.
Brain freeze. You got brain freeze. But
yeah.
I'm a man. I'm a man about
My bad.
peace,
I
right?
stepped away from my phone.
Yeah, I'm a man about peace. But when it's YouTube, I don't mind like going back and forth with these people. But I don't mean bad for them at all. And
Mm-hmm.
these people like they take it too far. They want bad for people
Right.
out here. Like it's oh my.
Right. Oh,
Man,
hopefully
so
he'll
pissed
come
off.
back
I
up.
can't get
Thank you,
my.
A Goddess. I appreciate you, sweetie. Thank you. I don't. I think Will T. He dropped down. He gonna have to come back up. Now, what were you finna say something, Meek?
I do think that people just have really lost touch of reality. You know, like you will hear one person say, "This is a character," and you can act like a character so long you begin to believe you're that person. It's almost like that. What was that dude's name? Idris. What's the name? Elba. What is not Idris Elba, but the other guy. You know, what I'm talking about Idris. Whatever. When he said he prayed to the devil to do his part or whatever. I
Right.
think that people literally do that unaware when they come on here. If they really believe they're operating in a character, what did you? How did you come into that character? Especially when it's so dark. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
what could be the engine behind that makes you come on here and as a mother, father, or anybody and say the most foul things, like if somebody turned around and did or said something to your child, is that not going to affect you? The very thing you're doing. What if somebody was doing that to your kid? That's what I was saying when I was in the car.
Mhm.
Like, you're saying something about a man's daughter. Some daddies is crazy. What if that daddy come find
Uh-huh.
you? Like, it's like I don't
Right.
think people really think that deep. They really think that, oh, it's just a computer. There's no world outside. There's no outside. This is a set. This is a stage. This is simulation, and we don't run into each other in the real world. So I can say
A
and do what I want.
A Goddess, can you she does have a channel. I don't know if you can put it in the link. Um Link your channel so that A Goddess, she
Oh,
was asking, did you have,
I'm
oh,
gonna
she can put it
there
in
go
there.
Kiki
She
got
can
it.
put it
Thank
in
you,
there.
baby.
See, what'd you say, Selena? My face. That's what you say. Hey Dom, how you doing, sweetie? Yeah. I don't know. I think Will T, what's that? John dropped down. Oh, he got to charge his phone. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
telling y'all,
So,
grown ups don't be walking around here with no dead phones.
John, he acting like Ronald. He was on 5% of his phone, but yeah. I mean, let's see. Let me see some of these comments. What CKJ say? Real real content creators don't create content for their fans, audience, etc. No real content creators configure words, marketing, screenplays, etc. They create to show the world who they are and see.
Right.
Wow, that's pretty
It's your heart.
powerful. And see, that's what I'm saying. People can say I'm full of shit if they want to, but I want people to see this is me. This is when I'm doing good. This is when I lack some immaturity and I call my behavior out because I know I'm not always right all of the time. I know that, you know. Um this is me when I'm happy. I want to share y'all, I want to give y'all some good news, or if I learn something to inform you guys. I want my channel to be basically who I am. It's an extension of me. So of course, like, y'all won't, you're not gonna know everything about everybody because it's not anybody's business unless it's somebody you want to share it with. But on some things, I think it is very valid for me to share with you and show you parts of me, so that you can see that if you're going through something and I've been through it, you are not alone. I went through some things. Maybe you've been through depression, maybe, and I could talk about that. I've been through depression. It's things like
Mhm.
that. I want to make people see uh a part of me. if that makes sense. And that's basically what CKJ was saying, which is a very powerful. Um, they create to show the world who they are and see, and that's pretty interesting. That and I'm glad that you put. I'm glad you came through, Dom. I'm glad all of y'all came through. Hey, Goddess, I haven't seen you in a long time. I'm glad you came through, sweetie. Everybody.
Hey,
Do y'all
Selena,
have any? Uh huh.
I wanted to kind
Did
of piggyback off of what CKJ said. Is that his name, CKJ? I don't know if I got
yeah.
the letters mixed up, but
CKJ.
if
Uh
I
huh.
did, sorry. Um, yeah, that's the thing about it. I think a lot of people don't realize, like, everybody. I think it's cool, like to talk about what's going on. If you're in this sector, it's cool to talk about that stuff. To tap
Hmm.
into it, but it's always better to. As I tap into this here, we're gonna talk about the beef right now, but tomorrow we're gonna talk about this. The next day we're gonna talk about this. Okay, we might tap back into the beef. Like there needs to be, if you want to entertain and talk about the beef, there needs to be a balance because, like I said, we lose sight of who that content creator is, and that's why the people I deal with. That's why I deal with y'all because it's not
Right.
just beating me in the head with the beef. Yeah, we know what's going on. We talk about it a little bit, but then
Right.
we have fun, we laugh, we enjoy life, and I think that it's so many people on here
Exactly.
that are in the midst of beefing that are so talented and gifted. They're wasting away what God has given them to showcase. Whether they want to believe it or not, I don't think
Right.
nobody is on this platform by chance. It's just like when you get an opportunity with anything, what are you going to do with that opportunity? Like, you're going to give people shit all day,
Mm-hmm.
every day, 7 days a week, 30, 31 days a month, 365 days a year. I
Mm-hmm.
need, it's like, all right, can you give us something else? What's in your heart? What do you care about? What are you passionate about? What do you love?
Right.
Like, like you say, what have you been through that you may can help somebody else overcome? Like, even in the beef, we all still have those parts of our life. Like, I would love to see
Right.
people be able to say, you know what, this is beef Thursday, this is beef Saturday, but the days we're gonna do this and this day we're gonna take off, in a perfect world. But I think I
Mm-hmm.
would like to see people, even if you don't squash the beef, because like I said, right now everybody's content is the same. You can see the same exact thing on a lot of these pages. You can pick and
Exactly.
choose. You can pick and choose where to catch up at or where to get filled in there because they're saying and showing the
The
same
same
exact.
thing.
So it's like
Uh-huh.
I would love to see people begin to insert some of their real life, some of their passion, some of their, what do you care about? Let's talk about some of
Right.
that stuff. You can do it all. We don't have to just be confined to fuck shit all the time.
Not
Excuse
all the
me.
time. Yeah, like I said, it's good to have a balance because it's sometimes you're gonna have to correct something, and you're gonna have to let a person know how you feel, and then the other times, you can talk about what you learned from the situation, how you dealt with it, what you could have did better, what is going on in the world. See, it's so much other stuff going on in the world that a lot of people haven't tapped into yet because they're so busy on YouTube following drama that is really not realistic. Most of these people you'll never meet. You'll never meet. But you got things going on in the world that is happening right in front of our eyes. you
Hmm.
know. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think people they have gotten so into this metaverse world that it's like nothing really matters that's really like that's real, like your family, people around you, your kids if you
You
got
can create
kids,
whatever.
your job, what your passions are, what you enjoy doing. It's like all of that goes away when you're focusing on this YouTube drama. And I'm not saying don't, and dabbling into in it every now and then. We all have something we want to see, like a movie. we
Show
we
us your
like I like
versatility.
suspense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like suspense movies and drama movies. So sometimes we see this as a movie, like, but at the same time, we forget, we lose, we to me, it's like we lose touch of reality, if that
Hmm.
makes sense. We're so detached from reality that we miss the real world and
Man,
real people that's actually
and
around us,
there's some
right?
stuff going on in the
Mm,
real world that if you are detached, you're gonna be looking stupid when it hit. You have to pay
Right.
attention. You got to come up for air sometimes. And I would love, like, I just think that We all possess something. And I like I said, I know some of these people that's out here fighting, they got something they can share that like that's interesting. It's like you don't want people to have a preconceived notion about you, but then you don't give them anything
Right.
else to come up with something about you. They're gonna base their opinion based off what you putting out. So it's like, well, if you don't want me to look at you like this or say these things about you,
Uh-huh.
show me something else. Show me something else to
Right.
say. You know what I mean? I might see you're a beautiful woman, but you not acting like a beautiful woman. I don't want to watch you. I'm not going to dog you or bash you because
Right.
that's not what I do. I don't want nobody to do that to me. But show me something else.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if I can, like with my page, like you said, I got all these followers. I was telling you, my page, I was monetized back in the day because I did a lot of hair and stuff on here. And I
Right.
guess YouTube changed some things and when they changed it, they took the monetization. And
Uh-huh.
so I'm here with my followers, but not the number, the hours. But here I am now. I'm like, I want to get back into it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm gonna
Right.
present Meek. When Meek come out, she's gonna talk. Y'all hear this. Y'all might see Meek dancing. She can't dance, but you might see me dancing, acting silly. You might see me out reviewing food. You gonna see me doing hair because at the end of the day, I have clients. So if a client runs into my page and they like my work and it's fire, I never want my presentation to cause that person not to book me.
Right.
So it's like I
Mhm.
want that when you come, you book that appointment, when you sit in my chair, you're not gonna get two different people, three different people. You're gonna get exactly
Mm-hmm.
what you saw. When you sit down in my chair in my room, I'm gonna be acting silly, I'm gonna be popping jokes. We might get a little
Mm-hmm.
spiritual, we might, whatever, wherever I feel led to do with that person. So I that's what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my page, but I know I ain't about to be on no drama, no, buddy. Mm-mm. I want
Mhm.
No,
everybody
that's
to remember
right.
this. Remember this woman
Yeah.
right here. This is me. I like to laugh and have fun.
Okay,
Right.
so I was about to say in a way that basically what you're
Wait a
saying is
minute, Young Riz.
perception.
Wait a minute, Young Riz. I want and Meek. Are you finished? So are you finished talking?
This is me, y'all. Meek. Follow my page so I can start giving y'all something. I'm coming. I might not be doing much
Okay.
now, but I'm coming. Now, if you
Yeah,
crazy,
Meek,
don't follow
Meek,
me. If you crazy, don't follow me.
Meek, my girl.
If you crazy, stay over there.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart, and like I say,
But I love y'all all the same. I love
Meek is
everybody.
kind of like yeah, she's a positive person, but then too, she's real. If she ain't feeling it or she don't like something, she gonna let you know. Young Riaz, now what would you like to say, sir?
I saying that basically your perception is your reality. How people perceive you is how you perceive. So it's like your reality and stuff. How you perceive yourself is how others perceive you. So if you perceive yourself very low, like very in a low way, basically, others are gonna see the same way. So how you present
Right,
yourself and how you perceive yourself is basically, gonna make others see you the same way. So basically, it's the same thing what
right.
she's saying, but I'm just explaining it in a way. So that's
Well,
why I never do beef content.
I want to tell you guys, I really enjoyed myself. We had a great panel today. And really this, like I said, this topic came came about when I was telling you about the disagreement that I had with one of my cousins. And this is really what made it real to me talking about this. And I appreciate you guys for coming in and giving your good comments. Everybody has some really good comments. I appreciate you guys. I hope I spoke to everybody. Agent Smith, my buddy, one of my favorites, Young Riaz, Meek Meek, a goddess, Melly Mel, Chicky D, CC, John John, and who else? Curtis, my boy, and Peep Gang. Let's see, DD. I guess Peep Gang probably left already. I thank you. I thank you guys for coming through. We got Dome in the house, TSM. Let's go up. And see, I used to do this before Realist, my boy Realist, CKJ, and my girl Harley. Who else?
And
My
Hardy
boy
be having
Charles.
fun on her page.
Huh?
And Hardy be having fun on her
What you
page.
say?
We be having fun.
Yeah, can y'all put Harley link in the chat?
We in there.
And
They got
my boy Carl Magruder. And it was a few more. I can't go all the way back up, but everybody, I hope that I greeted you guys with some love, letting y'all guys know that I appreciate you for even thinking about me to come through. Y'all have all been a blessing. I had a really good panel today. I appreciate you for giving me your insight, your feed, your back, said back feed, your feedback on a lot of this stuff. I was discussing today about resolutions, and I just appreciate y'all guys. Y'all are what make my channel what it is. So thank you guys for so much for your time on this beautiful Saturday. Um, I hope that you guys have a good rest of the weekend. The weekends go by so fast. I got to start back school Monday. Not looking forward to it, but I will be back in effect maybe Monday or Tuesday. So make sure you push the notification button so you'll know when I'm going live again. And before you leave, make sure you press the like button, like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate you. I appreciate all my supporters, whether in the bushes or in the chat or they catch the replay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Meek Meek. Thank you, John John. Thank you, Will T. Young Riaz. And I believe that was it. That was on the panel. And I just thank you guys. And I had a great time. Okay. So, y'all don't stay too long on YouTube today. Get out, do something, or watch a movie, go somewhere, do something besides YouTube. Okay. Love you guys. Love you to Reese's Pieces. Bye.